When the home appraiser whispers, uh-oh, we never know what's about to happen. Is this about to become a thrilling roller coaster ride of real estate drama? Or could we style your home as undervalued chic? Well, let's find out. Today's question is, what happens if the appraisal comes in too low? All right, so here we go, and welcome to Real Estate Unlocked, your questions, our answers. On this channel, we talk about the insider secrets every home seller needs to know. And today's secret is answering a question from Natasha. The appraisal on my house came in lower than what the buyer offered. Now what? Well, as you can see on this image, we often have very high expectations, and the reality is sometimes lower than our expectations. And what happens in the middle? Well, as you can see, disappointment. If this happens, if the buyer's appraisal comes in lower than the sales price, there are four ways to approach it. One, and this is the most successful strategy, the seller agrees to sell for the appraised price, knowing that it will likely be an issue for any other buyer as well. How do you feel about this? Most sellers don't like it, but I like to prepare my own clients for this possibility because if it doesn't appraise right now, it will likely be an issue for the next buyer. This is where you'll have to decide whether you want to simply sell for the appraised price, which is more often than not reflective of the fair market value anyway. All right, the second option here, if the appraisal comes in too low, the buyer could pay the difference between the appraised price and your asking price. Trouble is, this isn't necessarily a successful strategy because I know that my own buyers don't want to pay more than what a house is worth. But in a hot market, this is what sellers often demand, even if it means going back on the market and looking for a buyer who is willing to pay more than what a house is worth. Here is your third option. If the appraisal comes in too low, the transaction is canceled and we start all over with a fresh slate looking for a new buyer. We're losing time and potentially money if we go for this option. However, in some markets, the home values are literally increasing day by day. So it really depends on whether we're in a seller's market. And number four, and probably the least successful strategy, the appraisal can be challenged by the lender. I won't go in depth into this option because it rarely works, but it is an option. So as you can see here on this slide, the number one option is the most successful strategy. The seller agrees to sell for the appraised price, knowing that it would likely be an issue for any other buyer anyway. Well, these are my tips for the day. Thank you for joining Real Estate Unlocked, your questions, our answers. My name is Remy, like Do Remy. I'm an award-winning designer, a best-selling author, and a top-producing real estate agent who's worked across 4 states. If you have a question for the team about getting ready to sell your home, maybe what repairs to do and what not to do, staging, tips for a quick sale, or how to put more do-re-mi in your pocket when you sell your home, we are standing by. Simply leave your question in the comment section or contact us through the email address below. We'll get you an answer typically within 24 hours or better. We look forward to chatting with you soon, and thank you for clicking on that subscribe button below the video.